Alright, welcome guys to Man the Guns, the first impressions. I got my hands on this early copy and I just wanted to kind of showcase you guys the new enhancements to this game. This is a complete rework of the entire naval aspects of Hearts of Iron 4. If you're a fan of Hearts of Iron 4, if you played it before, you need this DLC. This is critical. It's actually going to change not only the naval aspects, but critical Army and Air Force aspects. I'm going to dive a little further into that, but for me, this is a must-buy, and I would strongly recommend if you're a Hearts of Iron player, this is a must-buy. You bought a Hearts of Iron 4, you need this to play it properly. So I'm going to start this game off right off the bat. We're going to play 1939 scenario. I'm going to start off with England, and a little later in the podcast, probably toward the end, so if you want to fast forward, there's a critical thing I want to show you that's been added to the US side. So first thing is United Kingdom. I'm going to choose this because it's much more easier to manage in United Kingdom than it is US. US is just, it's a big country to manage. All right, so I just want to showcase things. I'm not going to spend like 2-3 hours doing a first impressions. I'm going to kind of just go through critical aspects of this game. Mainly because I am not a professional Hearts of Iron player. I am not like those experts that you see on YouTube that are like literally managing entire army groups at the slightest whim. I'm a veteran Hearts of Iron player, but I like taking my time. This is a game that I actually take weeks, months playing. So I don't like to be rushed. I don't like playing an entire game in some people love playing it within 6 to 8 hours and playing an entire section. I don't like doing that. I like taking my time. So just bear that in mind while you watch this, because I don't want to get comments on the bottom here saying, "Oh man, you don't know what you're doing. I go a lot faster." That's congratulations, man. Everybody does their own thing. To each his own, right? So I just wanted to jump in right here. I want to showcase something. You guys probably looking at the screen and say, wait, there's something off here. Something's different. It's this right here. The fuel. This is a new critical component to Hearts of Iron. It's going to change the way you play this game. The reason why I say that is if you're playing Germany, right? Let's say it's 41. You got to bug up your ass. You want to take out Moscow, right? You want to take out the Soviet Union. Now, before, if you went in here into the trade side and you had your oil, you got your rubber, you got all your good stuff, you figure I can do it. I can take it all out. Well, the thing is now, you gotta kind of reanalyze the situation, because if you don't have enough fuel to fuel your tanks, your planes, and your ships, you got a problem, right? If your Navy's taking a significant stockpile of your fuel, and you're about to do Barbarossa and you're about to send tanks out into Russia, you're gonna have to you're not gonna have enough fuel to keep those tanks on the road. So this is gonna be a critical thing you need to pay attention to kind of keep in mind. Also you gotta also consider that you're gonna have refineries to take the oil and make it into fuel, right? And then also place to store the fuel, right? Okay, so we're gonna actually do that now. So I'm gonna build a couple of refineries here, my friends. Synthetic refinery. What? Click on the wrong bloody thing. There we go. All right, and the reason I'm building it in the top north here is mainly because if Germany takes over France, which they probably will, I don't want my refineries here to get blown to shit. So all right, cool. So I'm building some stuff there. I got free military factors. Let's just get rid of this. Ooh, I want to build more tanks here. I definitely want to build more tanks. 3.63 a day. Is that? Yeah, that's good. I know this is important. 1.6. So let's do that. There we go. All right, good to go. A couple things I want to go over. So let's dive into here. Research. Wanted to showcase you the technology side. I'm just going to choose this for one. Naval aspect. Now this seems, I believe this should be new, I believe. This looks different because it is different. They changed it, and here you can go in here and choose additional things. I want to actually really want to get that. That would be really cool. So focusing on making sure that your destroyers can take out the German U-boats out in the Atlantic. And let's see, what else can we ask. Let's do this. Oh, I have that. Oh, I have that too. All right, so let's build up more torpedo launchers. And I'm just going to choose tanks. Cromwell, I got all that good stuff. I'm just going to choose something. Blah, 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 blah. Where we're going to go. That's fine. All right, cool. I'm just going to put something there because I hate not having anything researched. Couple things. Let's see, where can we start? Building production. Let's jump into this. So I wanted to showcase this because this is a key aspect of Hearts of Iron, is ship design. So let's go in here. I'm going to choose this, and you probably notice create variants, and there we go. Okay, so click the wrong bloody button. All right, whatever. So here you can actually change out your ship design. So you can actually make a ship focused on a certain warfare type. So if you want to like strip your, this is a cruiser here, if you want to strip this of the guns and focus more on mine or anti-submarine warfare, you can do that. So let's do that. Let's actually anti-submarine warfare, depth charge, and literally I can just torpedo launchers. Let's. Well, this is gonna be a nice ship, man. This is gonna be a nice ship. Rapid fire guns, anti-air. Let's do maybe one of these. And medium battery. Nah. I don't know what that's gonna. Let's do another anti-air. So I got those. You know what? Let's do more torpedo launchers. So I got 2 depth charges. Engine's good. Anti-air. I guess that's pretty much all the other stuff. Rapid fire guns. Alright, so as you can see, I really refitted this one right here with 2 depth charges. I'm gonna click. Alright, cool. That's gonna be good to go. And you can do the same thing with destroyers. So if you want to kind of design a Pacific or Atlantic fleet that all it is a submarine killer, you can do that in this game now. So let's see if I can find a destroyer here. Carrier hull. Carrier, destroyer hull. There we go. Alright. So, like the last one, you can go in here and just do that. Just basically make it a sub-killer and make a massive fleet about it. This is really cool. Now, another cool aspect of this game is you can actually have ships that are ready, like, you have a destroyer here. You can repair priority, repair now. There we go, refit ships. I'm going to click this. I can create a design where I can have this ship go back to port, hook up to that new design that I did, which it has a shit ton of depth charges, and go to town, and just go to town. So that's really cool. I really love that aspect. That they're just, I honestly feel like Paradox is just kind of like extending more and more stuff that you can do with the naval aspect here, even more than I would say in Hearts of Iron 3. Now, let's see. All right, so that's Army side, and here you have the naval guys here. So now another thing I wanted to show you is, like, let's say I choose Cromwell or Cunningham. So another critical aspect is, let me actually pick this up, Admiral traits and skills. So by clicking details, I can actually have this Admiral Cunningham kind of focus his, I would say, traits into a particular thing. I can have him become an awesome mine layer and just literally blockade Germany into submission. Basically just make basically a fort around Germany, of just, just basically mine so they can't get anything out. And possibly to Italy too, now that I'm thinking about it. And you can also have them kind of, I would say, have your admiral kind of traded toward one of these critical aspects. So one that can fight on the high seas, another one that's more designed for cold, the Arctics and stuff like that, or a green one where it is more in shallow waters. These are critical aspects, and you can kind of tailor your admiral to kind of go one way or the other, which is really important. All right. So we went over a lot of things here. I'm just going to stop playing the game because I'm getting an itch. Alright. Generally what I like doing here is... Honestly, this is so much easier. I feel like they just redesigned the naval thing. It's much more, I feel like, easier to manage, honestly. Nice. Oh, look at this, man. I have the whole... You can see the Army's using 31 a day. Alright, interesting. Alright. And I have all my ships going in there. Alright. So I have 4 carriers, 9 battleships, 3 battle cruisers, 6... Oh wow, 110 of these. Wow, that's a lot. Alright, cool. So, so it goes. Let's see. Split the selected task force in half. That's good to go. I'm just gonna keep 2. Some of you guys, don't worry about this is not gonna be like my legit game. So this is not. I'm just gonna play around with this, and I want you guys to kind of get a feel. Oh, my resolution's a little off because I can't see this. All right, I have to figure out why that's doing that. Patrol. Oh, a couple of things I wanted to show you. Mine laying. We were just talking about this. I can mine lay the crap out of Germany here and here and just keep them in harbor. Kind of just nullify Germany's capability. I mean, they're going to have to mine sweep, but they can mine sweep and I can have a fleet waiting for them. Just basically delay them. All right, do me a favor. Patrol. Oop, my bad. Did I click the wrong thing? All right. Bloody heck. Damn. Alright, my resolution must be off because I can't click my thing here. The UI is too small on this one. Daggone. Alright, that's good. Patrol. Whoa. Damn it. There we go. Alright. Alright, whatever. I just wanted to kind of float them out. Call to arms, yeah, let's rock and roll. Alright, so we're at war. I'm gonna send some ships out. Ooh, 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 there's a battle. What the frack? There's something going on here. There we go. Alright. Jeez, man. They ain't playing. Oh. So another thing I wanted to showcase to you guys is a new alternate British history. So you can, and I'm quoting here, push for early decolonization of the British Empire or restore the ancient privileges of the monarchy. So I believe that is going to be here. Changing course. We're going to do that. And go down this path, the King's Party, and then just, I believe it's, yeah, there we go. And just go down this, bring the Dominions back in the fold, and just create the old British monarchy, the Victoria Empire. So that's really cool. I like that. Let's see what else. We're going through the traits here. Ship design, cover that. Admiral traits. Oh, government in exile. So apparently welcome a new government in exile to your democracy, boosting their legitimacy in return for more power and elite troops to free their homeland. Since I'm in charge, if they become Poland, why is this not working? There we go. Okay. When they eventually will fall apart here. So one thing that I wanted, there was a few things that I wanted to point out that is not in this game. So if you diehards are trying to figure out if you can actually assume command of allied armies, it's a feature that was in Hearts of Iron 2. It's not in this game. You still can't control allied armies. You can't be a Dwight D. Eisenhower, which is one thing that I really want in this game. It's something that I've been itching for since it's been lost since Hearts of Iron 2, is where I can command the French, English, Polish, U.S. forces under one general, which basically an Eisenhower. That's not in this game yet, so I wish it was though, but it's not. The other thing that I noticed is not in this game is you can create a militia division. This is a big thing that I've been kind of pining for, is because what I do is when I play the US, or even as the English, is I send the active duty army, Marines, and National Guard over to Europe or to Japan, over to fight Japan. That leaves this big hulk of space here vulnerable, right? Japan can literally land, or maybe Mexico or whoever wants to come at me, they can come at me and take a big swath of land before I can put anything in there before them. So I'm a big proponent of having state militia units, having a militia unit that could have maybe 4 or 5 on the East Coast, a couple by the Gulf, and a couple on the West Coast. Just in case Mexico or Japan lands, I can actually have militia units fight them, provide a delaying front on them until I can redeploy some active duty forces to actually push them back. That's not in this game. However, I'll mention something toward the end which is very interesting, and I want to blow the surprise. Told you, I don't know, did I mention national focuses? There's new national focuses for the Netherlands. Right? There's new national focuses for these guys. I never look at the Netherlands. Even when I was playing Belgium, I rarely ever play with this. So, just wanted to showcase that for you guys. And Mexico. Oh, Mexico has a new national focus, yeah? Ban political militias. So, and from what I remember watching from their feed, by the way, big props to Paradox I love their upcoming game feeds. They're awesome. I love watching them for hours. Those things are awesome. Big props to Paradox for that. One cool thing that they added was a Mexico focus tree. The reason they did it during this thing is because, well, this kind of DLC was kind of aligned toward the US, and they figure, well, we're doing the US, once, Mexico's right next door, might as well just do them too, which I thought was kind of funny. Naval mines, I told you guys about that, so I'm just going to continue thing. So I can get some stuff going on while I'm reading this list here. Shipping route controls. Plot new routes for your shipping and navies by making areas you want to avoid. Okay. I wonder how that works. Trade. I'm assuming it's on the trade, right? Oil. I remember them playing around with this, I think, during the feed that I was watching. But I don't remember how that works. Research, political decisions, construction, production, recruit and deploy, or maybe on the naval side here. I'm missing something. Oh, there's no comment going on. Germany's not going to win that one. There we go. Okay, so this is how you kind of control it. So I can literally click this side, allowed. I'm going to say this section, do not allow. You guys can't go in there. So access level block. Okay, so fleets will not pass through this. Alright. Alright, so I guess it applies to both fleets. Fleets and trade routes will try to avoid. I wonder if I could just have the trade ships avoid. Now shipping in naval. Alright, so it looks like it's you have to choose all or nothing. So I can't just have my fleets pass through. Okay, so I'll just leave that on. And then the other thing is naval treaties struggle to keep the peace by following international agreed upon rules or creatively defy the world consensus by exceeding your limits. All right, so that's pretty much for Germany, I guess, because you know they're gonna try to be like a, because they're gonna be trying to be a sly dog there. All right, nice. All right. Ooh, look at my frames per second. It's jumping wild. Jumping wild. That's what happens when you record and play the game. Where my ship's going? Ah, there we go. This is so much easier. I like this. Nice. Beautiful. Alright. Really like this. Alright, what else can I do here? Repair now, refit ships. Alright, and then it's using fuel, it's using 8.5 a day. How much? Holy shit! Yeah, current fuel, I have a stockpile of 0. Alright, stockpile is empty. So, this is a key aspect. Don't send your ships all out at once. Alright, I'm gonna send one of the fleets back. Just go back to port, my friend. Alright, wait, how do I, go back to port. I'm screwing something up, man. Just because I can't gain access to this. Alright. I'm gonna have to change the resolution, but for right now, you guys can get a good idea what I mean. Alright, let's see what else. Amphibious landing vehicles. I'm assuming this is part of the technology side here. I'm really bad with the fuel here. It's a perfect time for the Germans to come out and play. Perfect timing. Alright, amphibious landing vehicles. I didn't mention that. What is this? There we go. Construction, trade, diplomacy, research. There we go. Alright, so let's go down to here. I really need to change the resolution here. I know. Escort carriers. Where are the amphibious vehicles? Convoy sailing. There we go. No, is it on this one? Armaments, damage control, transports, and mine warfare. There we go. Magnetic mine. Oh, I want that. Yeah. I'll change out that. Nice. Cool. I get all that. All right, so I got that guy too. Poland has capitulated. These are dark times, and then I can research this, which will help me out with the naval invasion. And the last thing I wanted to cover on this DLC is that you get new music for the Man the Guns update. I think everything else I covered: naval treaties, amphibious landing vehicles. So it was a nice quick overview of this. Overall, guys, I really am excited about this. They really redefined this system here. I do have to play with this a little bit more. All right. So I hope you guys like this quick thing. I'm going to jump to the US side here and showcase that little part there. Alright guys, so a couple things I wanted to showcase here on the US side is the decision side. So the first thing is Congress. Congress is really important on the US side, mainly because you have to work with them to, as it says right here, make things happen. But there are other ways to ensure that you have a sympathetic and supportive Congress to work with. You have to lobby with Congress to get things to go your way. So that's something that critically that you have to keep an eye on. You know, you want the House and Senate to be on your side, otherwise you just forgot what they call it in the U.S. But I think it's lame duck Congress. Is that? No, it's not a lame duck Congress. Basically, it's a broke. You know, you have the government split. One side of the government wants to do another thing, the executive branch wants to do another, and it's just all for naught. You know, you're not going to get anything done, basically. So that's something you need to keep an eye on if you play the U.S. Really important. The other critical thing is setting a national focus. Now, why I say this is important is because of this critical thing here. Yeah, that critical thing. In this DLC of Man the Guns, you can actually have a second American Civil War. If you go down this line here. Now, the one critical thing I gotta let you know is, you can't have Franklin Delano. To go down that path, you have to reestablish the gold standard. So Franklin Delano Roosevelt cannot be the president, and you have to go down this line, and eventually you come down, and somewhere around here I saw on the Paradox stream they were able to. It basically came up that you can actually split the country in essence, and it creates a really interesting dynamic where the Allies and the Axis kind of things don't go the normal way, let's just say. All right, the World War kind of involves I guess Axis soldiers on U.S. soil, and the war is fought in a great capacity on U.S. Soil. So that's something critically that you have to consider. But yeah, reestablish the gold standard. Up to 4 senators and 20 representatives go into opposition. I definitely need to get Franklin Delano Roosevelt off the presidency. So for right now, I'll just do that. And I forgot how they did that before. But for right now, I guess I'll have to adjust certain things. I remember they were able to do certain things. Oh, I forgot another thing is to mention to you guys is you can actually have your naval ships go out for naval exercise. This is important because, you know, what's the one thing that the military does often? Is train, right? And once you train, and you train, and then you train, and then you train some more, what do you do after all that? You train. And basically now you can actually have your naval task forces train. And so when war comes, they're better prepared for it. But that's the critical thing that I wanted to kind of point out, guys, is the fact that U.S. can split in half. You can actually have the old Confederacy come back into the war, and you know you can kind of duke things out. So that's really important. I believe you have to start in 1936 to get that going, and there are certain. I already clicked that, right? Yeah. There are certain things you have to go. I guess ban communism. Censorship. I know there's a couple of things I saw in the live feed of Paradox that the devs were kind of going down that route. Just my memory sucks, so I'm not right off the bat trying to figure out how how to do that. So I'll have to kind of do a little investigation. I'm gonna try to probably do some live feeds of this, but overall, guys, I just wanted to showcase these nice little cool enhancements that they added, you know, to Hearts of Iron 4. These are big things, guys. You know, these refineries, the fuel silo, gotta have that oil and fuel coming in. Gotta plan out your strategies. As you can see there, I just floated 2 major naval ships for the England, and I just ran out of fuel, man. So if I had troops on the ground, they're gonna be shit out of luck, man. Shit out of luck. Overall, guys, I am really excited about this. I can't wait to play this. Honestly, I'm probably going to do some live streams. Again, like I said earlier in this video, I am not a professional Hearts of Iron 4 player. It takes me weeks, if not months, to kind of grind out an entire session. It's because I just enjoy it. I'm a micromanager. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this nice look into Hearts of Iron 4 Man the Guns. Be sure, I highly recommend it. You're a Hearts of Iron player, this is a must buy. It changes so many dynamics in the naval aspect that without it, you're never gonna get the full experience. You're gonna kind of, you know, be missing something, you know. All right, guys, enjoy this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you then.